Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. Cool video today. This is a list of upsets. College football week 11. Week 11? Holy cow. That is wild to me. I feel like we just got to football, right? Summer just ended. We got football back. We're all excited. Week 11? College football's almost over, guys. Soak it in. I got 9 picks, 9 upset picks for week 11. And you know what? Some of these, the spread's 2.5. Some is a little bit bigger. I tend to personally think like an upset is at least a touchdown underdog, right? Like an actual upset. So some of these, the spread is only 1.5, 2.5. I threw them on the list because they're plus money, right? So I got 9 picks at plus money. I'm not betting on all these. I'm just basically making a video today. So when you're placing your bets, maybe something to consider. I have some reasons why I like these upsets. That's pretty much it. Just double check, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I'm gonna have a lot of random videos popping up now that we got college basketball and NBA, NFL, meat and potatoes of the NFL season, college football playoff talk. We're gonna have bowl season. We're gonna have fucking Thanksgiving Day NFL, which is always a good day. It's just crazy right now. I don't know when my videos are going to pop up. They're just going to be flying out of thin air. So make sure you guys have those notifications turned on. Drop a like on today's video. I would appreciate that. Let's get into our first pick. Nebraska at home over Maryland. I mean, let's I want to pull one thing up here. Is it going to load? Because I don't want to take up too much time. Maryland's just falling apart. I mean, Maryland's just a soft, gutless team. I don't think Tua's younger brother is very good at all. I don't even think he's an NFL quarterback. And Nebraska, this is just one that people are going to hammer Maryland in this spot. People are going to absolutely hammer Maryland. Maryland's lost 2 in a row. Killed by Penn's 3 in a row. 4 in a row. Maryland's lost 4 in a row. See, I'm not even paying attention to Maryland that much. Lost to Ohio State, that's warranted. Lost to Illinois at home, horrible. Lost to Northwestern on the road, double-digit favorite, horrible. And killed by Penn State at home, respectable. Maryland, now it's back in a road environment, a team that they're both 5-4. They're both trying to go bowling. Should be a competitive game. Nebraska's beaten Purdue at home. They beat the same Northwestern team at home that Maryland lost to. Give me Nebraska on the money line. I'm probably not going to personally bet this one, but I like Nebraska. I don't know why they're a 2.5-point dog here. In what should be a game that comes down to the wire, I'll take home field advantage. Nebraska over Maryland, possible upset this week. Number 2 is Penn State at home over Michigan. Who has Michigan played? I mean, go ahead right now. Pause the video. I'll take a second. You guys can leave me comments below. What has Michigan done to let us know that they're the super team that everyone thinks they are? Are they good? Yes. Are they probably better than Penn State in a neutral field? Yeah, probably. This is at Penn State, and I think that quarterback gets better substantially every passing week. I think the road environment against Ohio State was a big thing to overcome, but Penn State at least has played some hard teams. They've at least played some difficult teams. They're used to better competition. Now they're at home. 5.5-point dog, and I don't buy it. I think the defense steps up enough. I think the quarterback, Drew Aller, he does enough. I mean, this is going to be a low-scoring game. You guys should take the under in this game. I think it's in the mid-40s, 44 under. This is a 20-17 game, right? This is a 17-16 game or a 23-21 game. It's going to be right around that mark. I'll lead under. And in what should be a close game, coming down to the wire, Penn State gives you that last stop on defense, maybe a game-winning field goal. I like Penn State at home. They had their chance as a 5.5-point dog to Ohio State. They didn't show up. Now they have a chance to show up. I think the pressure's on Michigan, the undefeated team. I think the pressure's off Penn State. That place is going to be going wild. Penn State at home, upset. Arizona and Colorado. I mean, so I'm a guy, and if you've been with the channel for some time now, I was like a Colorado hater, right? I got bashed for saying Colorado sucks. These first few games are totally fraudulent. This team is just a bunch of celebrities. They're trash. They're not physical. They're not going to win more than X amount of games. I was very, very down on Colorado. it turned out to be right. They're not a good team at all. TCU sucks. So the big win over TCU to start the season, now obviously we know that doesn't even carry much weight. But Arizona has overachieved. Arizona has won a string of great games, and I think they're good. But is this the perfect storm? Because right now, after last week, I feel like the last handful of people, those last couple people who were still believing and thinking Colorado was good, they are now jumping ship, right? So going into week 11, I think now, officially, everyone's like, Colorado's trash. I think they show up. I think they can beat Arizona. 10.5 point spread at home. Arizona's good, but they're beatable. I think we might get an inspired effort here out of Colorado. I think Colorado could definitely be added to the upset list this week as a double-digit underdog at home. Wake Forest, NC State. Not going to take too much time with this. Both teams are trash, not worth your money. I'm not going to personally bet this one. But Wake's catching 2.5 points at home. NC State's not very good. We all know this. Give me Wake Forest. I think that's a good upset pick. Missouri, Tennessee. Now, that Missouri quarterback struggled very, very bad. Okay, and Tennessee's defense is very good, right? Arguably in the same conversation as Georgia. So could Missouri struggle again to score here against Tennessee? Sure. But the spread's 1.5. I think the quarterback bounces back, has a much better game. I think they can score, and I'll never trust Tennessee's quarterback. I like Missouri at home. Missouri at home over Tennessee. I think it's a good opportunity for them. Potential upset pick here. Utah, Washington. Guys, this is a conflicting styles of how these teams play. Utah's physical, Utah's defense. Washington scores a lot, right? They can just outscore you. But what if this Utah defense can really tighten the grips here? What if they can really crack down and hold Washington to maybe 24 points, somewhere around 24, 23, 24? Utah can win this game. Utah's offense isn't high scoring, but against Washington, it probably will be a lot better. Washington doesn't have a defense. They're very close to USC. Washington and USC are very similar. I think Utah can hang in this game. They're going to probably cover the 9.5. I'm also going to put them on upset list here. They're going to make the list for potential upsets this week. Look out for Utah. No one's going to be on Utah here, by the way. Washington's going to be a massive public play this week, so take that how you want it. Ole Miss and Georgia. Ole Miss, I'd rather have them at home, right? It's a road game. But how many injuries can Georgia really overcome? I know Kirby Smart's a monster, great coach. I know Georgia's deep, great roster. But man, every single week, one of these big teams in the top 10 will fall. So who's going to fall this week? Washington? Georgia? Michigan? I think they can all fall. And this is on the list too here, guys. I like Ole Miss. I like them getting the points. I think they cover the 10.5. I think they cover the game, but 10.5, Georgia, another big injury on defense. How many points is Ole Miss really going to need to win here? 30 on the dot? I mean, if they can get to 30, are they going to win? I feel like they could show up here. They got the coach. I think they got the right energy. And they're still in the college football playoff hunt. It's a one-loss team to Alabama. They can't be in the championship game, and that hurts, but I think they show up here. This is a must-win if they even want an outside chance of the college football playoff. Give me Ole Miss to go on upset alert. Ole Miss upset alert this week. Well, Georgia is on upset alert. I'm saying Ole Miss. You guys know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm talking about. Come on. This video's all upsets. I like Ole Miss. My school, West Virginia, a team that could easily be a 2-loss team right now, maybe even 1, depending on how you look at things. Oklahoma, they are a soft, gutless team. What does West Virginia do? They use their big offensive line. They run the ball with C.J. Donaldson. They rotate 4 running backs. Garrett Green playing much better at quarterback. It kind of seems like anyone can score on them. West Virginia, the injuries, man, it is brutal. West Virginia's roster to start this season probably would have been good enough for a Big 12 title. I truly believe that. In this spot, they probably don't have the juice, but it's going to at least make the list. They're a 12.5 point underdog. If they can control the clock, keep Gabriel off the field. I mean, they at least they have a path to victory, right? So that when you look for upsets, you kind of just zone in and you're like, well, let me just look at the game in this type of a mindset. What is their path to victory? When I'm looking at an underdog, I'm just saying, what can I compare? Where are the opportunities? What can swing their way? What is the path to victory? And I think West Virginia's path to victory, long drives, 8-9 minutes on the field, run the ball, clean game, no turnovers, and get a couple of stops, just 1 or 2 stops. I mean, West Virginia, they can score. They're going to score on Oklahoma. I could see them win this game like 31-30. A nail-biter, field goal at the end. They have a good kicker. Maybe it comes down to a field goal. I'm going to put Oklahoma on upset alert. I hate to get them after losing consecutive games. They could kill West Virginia. You know, they could show up this week, crush West Virginia, and it's like, there's the Oklahoma team that we thought they were, like right after Texas. Like, they could show up and it's like, wow, where was that team, you know, the last 3 weeks? So I'm going to put them on the list. And we got one more. By the way, these last 2 are probably my least favorite. Florida Gators? LSU? LSU's defense is so bad, they should be on upset alert against just about anybody. The Alabama game, that was like the peak of the season, right? Everything was up to Alabama. If they could beat Alabama, they're still in the playoff talk. Outside chance. Everything is relying on that game. Daniels gets absolutely just pile-drived. And we all saw what happened after they lost their quarterback. Florida, I've been betting against Florida like a lot this year. I took Kentucky over Florida. I gave out Arkansas this previous week. I went as far as saying not only Arkansas will cover the 3.5, but this is an upset, right? So I predicted Arkansas to upset Florida last week. I don't know. Maybe LSU has just kind of lost morale after the Alabama game. Florida, they could still spoil someone's day. Florida, a team that struggles offensively, well, here's your opportunity. LSU has no defense, so maybe they can actually score this week. I don't know. I think LSU should be careful here. They should be careful. The spread has already moved from 14 to 13.5, so I don't know. I think Florida might be a surprise. So that's it, guys. 9 picks, 9 upset picks. We'll see. We'll have to come back to this video and see how many of the 9 actually pulled the upset off and how many of the 9 covered the spread. That'll be an interesting video that we can do next week to return to this and kind of see how these predictions went. Now, the research that I put into these games individually was pretty shallow, right? I didn't go hard. This was gut feeling. I went down the list. I'm just giving you guys kind of some suggestions. Keep in mind, a couple things, go a couple way. These are some decent upsets. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Which of these that I gave out are just crazy? Like, am I just insane for thinking West Virginia can beat Oklahoma in Norman? Is that nuts? Probably. I'll see you guys in the next video.